at the trees. I get to look at all the trees. Jack pines. Look at those jack pines. Aren't they pretty? This is a screening plant. I'm going to add it to another operation. Good thing I'm paid by the hour. Oh, hello. Ooh la la. I'm gonna collect some more. Haha. Look at all the pretty moss. So it's too wet for me to work today. And I came up here to take some pictures of the bridge earlier in the fog. I might put that up on the screen. And I saw there was some little bitty cedars up here. Oh yeah, might be able to pull some out. I might come back tomorrow maybe. Oh, look at this one. Wow. That is one healthy tree. Probably goes right underneath that block. Or maybe. Some more cedars here. And this pit has lots of white pine in it too. Red pines and white pines. Geez, that highway noise is loud. See, here's a white pine here. They have bedhead. They always have this weird foliage. This one's been exposed to the wind a little bit. But that's a white pine. And of course, lots of spruce. There's lots of spruce everywhere. Even the little bitty ones, they were cute. Even smaller one, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. Maybe we'll take a drive up into the pit and see some more. So up here, closer to where you can see down in the hole there, my crusher and screener. But up here we have red pines. These are all red pines. Oops, fell in a hole. You can see the structure of the red pines is quite different, and every little node only has 2 needles instead of 5 or 7. That's red pine. There's some firs here. Spiky! These guys are really thick. Look at the bark on that guy. Yeah, pretty neat. I don't know if I'll be able to, I didn't bring a shovel with me. I don't know if I'll be able to dig any of these guys up if I want to try a red pine. They're pretty thick. But they're starting to become active now, and I'm almost past the window in this pit. A really, really short window this spring because we had heat real quick. Pretty neat, eh? That big, huge one there. That's a red pine. I'll show you how big the trunk is on here. It's hard to tell how big it is. I just put my hand up here. I gotta zoom out. There you go. And you'll see how big it is. Probably at the base. And that's my foot at the base. So it's 2.5 foot diameter, I guess, of my foot. And it goes straight up, straight as an arrow. Yeah. Pretty cool little trees. Well, huge trees, I mean. You can see all the bunches on the ground. That's from the squirrels. I don't know why they do that. They just bite off the ends and drop the bunches on the ground. So this is the gravel pit that I got my spruce from, the one with the naturally drooping branches. Got that from here. Up in my storage area, there's some white pines up there. Maybe we'll go look up there. Oh, there's a little sprig here. Look at that. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold. Look at this little guy. Oh, look at the little bend in the trunk. Never cute. Let's see how loose the ground is here. Oh yeah, there we go. Ta-da! We'll see if that survives, eh? Add it in with my other ones. Yep, we'll go farther up and look. Alright, we're a little farther up. You can see all my equipment over there that I run. Lots of spruce everywhere. There's a little red pine over there, but these are white pine here. Maybe I'll go down on the ledge. Sorry about the wind noise. if there is some. Looks like brick, but it's not. It's a type of stone we have here. And you can see how different the white pine looks than red pines. I always say they look like they have bedhead. They always look like they're wilting. But that's just how white pine are when they're younger. We already cleared this area, so I'm not sure if there'll be seedlings up here. I know there's some by the storage area, even though that was cleared too. Yeah, there's none left here. Woo! See if I can get up this bank. Oh, look at this rock. When that was buried in the ground with all the other river stone, the water trickled through all the stone and tapped all those holes through there just by dripping over many, many years. See, that's a red pine. And the reindeer moss. All that lichen. Cool, eh? Probably not here. Walk all the way back this way. Whew, the wind is picking up, of course. Look at that fog bubble over there. Isn't that cool? It's because there's a swamp back there with a little body of water. Yeah, we're at the top of the hill, so the wind is blowing pretty fierce. I'm sorry if there's noise. I'm trying to cover the microphone with my hand. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll go over there and get back to you. Okay, I'm now over there. And this has been cleared too, but we do have some either white pines or mixed pines, because there's both white and red here, so some of these might be mixed pine. That's a cute little one. Yeah, I'll have to go and grab a spade or something. Might have some in my storage area. Neat with all the moss. There's a little bitty one here. Isn't that cute? What is it? It's a red pine. This one's a red pine. Look how cute that is. It's so cute. Yeah. Let me go grab a tool and maybe I'll dig that white pine out. Maybe we'll start with one and see if it lives and go from there. Work started up already this year, so I might miss the window to go gather trees. I might just stick with this pit. That's a really cute one, eh? A little spruce. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Hiding all over. Okay. Oops. I'll grab those two and then we'll go farther up the hill. We'll explore here? No, we'll go farther up the hill. There are so many little areas I could go in and pick from here. I'm way around the back side of the pit now. I need to make a day and do a proper video. I also need to put my seatbelt on. Just scoping things out. There's lots of birch in here too. The birch, they love that sandy soil that drains really fast, so this pit is almost all sand in here. Or, well, there's lots of river stone, but I mean, it's really fast draining stuff. Sorry. Oh, there's a white pine there. And that one over there is a red pine. You can see the subtle difference. Nice looking white pine. Oh, there's another little white pine. That one's too big for me though. It's about the same height as me. Oops. There's another white pine there. I'd love to get some of those, but I don't have a shovel with me. I'll have to come back on a different day. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to bang you on the windshield. Beautiful scenery here. It'd be nicer if the leaves would grow in. Here, let me stick you out the window so you can get a better, clearer view. A big hill over there. It's pretty cool. Around this area at the top of this hill here, that's where I got my pit spruce. Some nice little white pines here. Let's go have a look. Ooh. Didn't look like it was that big from inside the truck. Yeah, it's starting to bud out now. Nice little trunk on it. I'll definitely need a shovel. Look at this little ground cover. Ever cool. Well, that one I can't definitely can't dig up. I'll be digging down like 10 feet to get that one out. I don't know if that's a white pine. That's a red pine, I think. Yeah, that's a red pine. Nice little one, though. See, there's lots around here. There's another red pine there, hiding. There's a white pine right there, hiding. Red pine, red pine, red pine. Looks like a white pine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 needles. Yep, that's a white pine. And then there's lots of jack pine here too. That one right there is a jack pine. Lots of birch. And it's all sand here, so it should be easy pickings. Look at this little guy. Must have been squashed a few times, eh? Oh, wow, look at that. It's all buried. And this is balsam fir. See the flat needles? Buried in there. Yeah. That's a nice one, eh? Yeah. I'll definitely have to come on a day when I have a shovel. And I can get some moss too. This is a nice place to get moss. I might grab that one and then we'll go down there and have a look way down slope. A nice little stand of trees here, mostly red pines and jack pines. I think that's a white pine there. Another one there. Jack pine, white pine here, red pine there. There's probably some little ones in between, but I got a handful already in my little bag. There's another little white pine that would be worth grabbing when I come back with a shovel. It's got a interesting little bend in the trunk. Why am I coughing so much? Probably because I'm talking. Oh, look at that moss there. That's nice. Cute little spruce. They grow up pretty quick, these trees. Oops, sorry. I was watching where I was driving, so I wasn't watching where I was filming. These ones I want too. I think there's some sort of type of cherry, but the bark is super cool on these things. I'm gonna see if I can grab some of those, but not today. I don't have a shovel. Ooh, there's another little white pine. So next time I come by too, we can walk along that ridge back there. It's all silty, sandy looking stuff. It'll be easy to pull trees out of there. I flattened this out with the loader. I should be able to drive a bit of a ways in there. Ooh, it's definitely muddy, that's for sure. Oh, the wind is blowing like crazy. Okay, I don't want to go down off this pad I built here. Might be too muddy over there. There's a road up there too on the other side of that. We can more easily get to it. But that's for next time. Turn around here. Try not to go through the same spot as last time. This is pretty sinky over there. There is one tamarack I want so badly, but I'm gonna have to bring a big spade and bulk up my muscles to dig that one out. But I think I'm going to. Little bitty trees over there. There's some nice jack pines over there. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see that. Hang on. Hang on. Right there. Right in there. Oh man, that's blurry. Why'd it go so blurry? Mean phone. My phone is so mean sometimes. Yeah. Hey, look at these little guys on the bank. Mostly balsam fir down there. Oh, there's some little spruce there. There's a jack pine. I'm pretty sure I brought you guys through here before. when I was looking for tamaracks. Oop, there's a tamarack. Speaking about tamaracks, but that one's huge. It's way too big. Yeah, the other gravel pit that I got the tamaracks from, I might not make it up there this spring. There's a white pine. Oh. Look at that bank. It looks so cool. Doesn't that look cool? That just looks so cool. Let me put the truck in park before I get out. See if I can get this hulls out of the wrapper, so I'm not coughing in your ear all the time. There we go. Now I'm going to be mumbling my words because I'm eating hulls. This wind is pretty rough. Oh, how did I end up zoomed in? Oh yeah, I was zoomed in. Oh, a little jack pine here. Helps if I point the camera at it. Those ones look like birch. Wow! Almost fell back down. Look at that moss. Look at this little guy. They were cute. There's a moss ball over there. I don't want too many. There's a little white pine. Look, I'm wrecking the bank. I'm just destroying the place. There's a little white pine here. Look how short the needles are. Just from growing here. There's all the clay in here. It's crazy. Doesn't that look neat? So cool. This one's been chewed on by rabbits. Well, it looks like it's not feeling well. Oh yeah, there's the fluffies. Poor thing. Okay, well I don't want the fluffies on my trees, so we'll leave that poor thing there. It'll clear up later in the summer. Some of the spruce we have here. Look at this little moss ball. Isn't that cool? Some of the spruce we have here keep these short needles. Like, they grow humongous and they have these tiny little short needles. It's really cool. Little pop-ups all over. Look at this one. That's a white pine. Yep, 4 needles on this one. Let's see how the roots are. Oh, that's not bad. Alright, add those to my container, and I think that's all I'll take today. We'll come back another day with a shovel. So I guess I'll see you guys at home. Well, I I spied some more trees over here that look like I can mark them for later. I tried to pull on a couple of them, and actually the ground is still frozen here. The dark side of the... Oh, look at that little cedar. Ever neat. But yeah, they are frozen in there. Oops. Definitely have to mark a few things and come back for them. All right, I better go home now. Wait, there's more. Look at what I found. I don't even know what this is. The needles feel really different. There's a little grouping of them here. If anybody knows what these are, I tried to Google it, and Google is saying it's some sort of pine from New Zealand. I never noticed these here before. I never saw them in any other spot, just that little spot. I wonder what they are. Okay, now I'm gonna go home. There's our big jack pine with some little ones underneath. Just wanted to show you before we go. Sorry about the wind. Just wanted to show you before we go. Oh, it's budding out even. That is the tamarack I'm gonna try and get my hands on. It's getting so big. It's gonna be some digging to get that out. Yeah. Okay, I better go home because I've got groceries and trees to put away. The sun went away. Even though it's been relatively nice and relatively warm this week, I've had the windows cracked open on the tree trailer and everything's looking super nice in here. Some of them are struggling. They really need to get outside, but it's too cold. So today would have been nice if I was home to do tree shuffling and all that kind of stuff, like most people shuffle their trees in and out. I probably could have had them outside a couple days this week. But once they're outside, they're going to stay outside or in the carport or wherever I end up putting them. So I can only do the move like one at a time. This weekend, it's May long weekend this weekend, and we're supposed to get snow on Sunday. So even though it's nice now, it's cooling off already. You can feel it. It's supposed to be colder tomorrow, and then Sunday it's supposed to snow. We'll see if that'll happen or not, but here are the trees I grabbed from the gravel pit. I still don't know what this is. Google says it's all sorts of things, even something from Japan. So I'll have to go through my books and... He must have pooped. I must have to go through my books and see what that might be, because Google's not helping me. Well, it's helping me, but yeah. Oh, it's been a long week. I'm back to work pretty much now, so it's very nice. Oh, it's nice and warm in here. Very warm. So I brought my soil back outside. Got soil mixed in there. I gotta get together some pots and perhaps pot all those trees. I don't know if I'll do that on camera, if I'll do a time lapse or what. Oh, it is way cold out here already. So much nice and warm in yeah, so tonight it's supposed to go down to 1 degree above the freezing point. And it's supposed to stay that way at night for a few nights in a row. But next week, once it warms up, I should be able to start taking trees out. Maybe the needle trees, because they could take a frost without getting hurt. And these guys have been outside the whole time, but because I pulled them up and we're going to be repotting them, they are just going to do their thing, and we'll see if they survive or not. So they're soaking in water in here. Just let them soak. I wanted to dig up a few more, but I need to go back with a shovel. And some of the places that I tried to grab trees from, the ground is frozen still. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, once I get myself all set up for that, then I'll start filming again. Well, the boys have a fire going in their shop there. The temperature is dropped way down to nowhere land. I was just so exhausted yesterday. I didn't plant those trees. I opened up a spot in my carport to do it, but it's pretty cold. So I might clear a place in the trailer and turn the heat on in here. So I've got them in buckets of water, and it's fairly nice in here. It's I don't know what the temperature is. I can't go there right now, but so I might clear off the table and get the light on since it's so dark, and we'll repot trees in here. Everything else is happy though. Yeah. I need to get these guys outside. After this week, we shouldn't have too much for cold. But today is just ridiculous. I thought I would wait a bit for the wind to calm down, but it's not calming down. Just getting worse. And we're still due for snow tomorrow. So, yeah. I think that's what I'll do. I'll make myself a spot in the trailer. Maybe make myself a little fire in there too. Let me see if I can see the temperature through the window in there. I checked this morning. It was about 8 degrees warmer in there than out here. Oh yeah, it's nice in there. It says +7 Celsius, which I think is like 40 Fahrenheit. I can't remember. Hey, I wonder if it'll see through today, because the plastic is lifted up. Guess not. Aww. I wonder why it doesn't want to see through anymore. I used to be able to. Crazy. Try and find a spot where I can see through. No, it just won't. That's weird, eh? Oh well. I don't know how I was doing it before. But I'm gonna go and clear off that table and get ready to start, because I gotta get those trees planted. Well, I got my pots ready, got my soil ready. I even put up a blue background so maybe the camera would focus on the trees more instead of making them dark. So I might get a darker cover for my table. The wind has calmed down a little bit, but the temperature has dropped drastically, so I think I might wait to pot those trees until it's a little less miserable outside. So I locked up the trailer. So it's starting to rain now. It's supposed to turn to snow tonight, and it's supposed to snow most of the day tomorrow. But Monday it's supposed to be decent. We'll try again. They'll be fine in the water, those trees. They're in buckets full of water. I'm sure they'll be just fine there. And so it's to be continued, I guess. Oh, I can't wait for actual summer. Bring on the plus 30 Celsius. Bring it on. Right? You want to have warm temperatures? No. This guy likes the cold. Sit. You're such a good boy, eh? Yeah.